Hello everybody, welcome back to Rob's Blog. I hope you're having a great new year. If you happen to be in the states of Tennessee or North Carolina, you've obviously been enjoying this amazing snow that we've had the last couple days, which has been incredible. From what I understand, they haven't had this much snow since I think it was 1996 in Tennessee. So been kind of crazy. I thought I escaped all that in the Northeast. What we're gonna do today though, is I wanna give you all a preview of a workout that you can start following for your welcome back or continuing on your rush workouts. In the future here, what we're gonna be doing within all the next upcoming episodes is not only do I wanna continue to introduce you to some great people within our community, but I wanna give you sample workouts, things that you can do using all the fun toys that we have available for you here at The Rush. So before we get started though, just a couple fun, really cool announcements. Some of you have already started to see some of our great expansion already that we're gonna be opening up Lenoir City in the next probably 30 to 45 days here within the Knoxville region, as well as we're really excited to announce that we're going into our fourth state, South Carolina. So we're going into Greenville, South Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful location. We've already been opening up and having some charter memberships starting out there at the end of December, and it's just been a big boom already. So real glad that you're a part with us. Stay tuned. We're gonna get into this workout right now. Hang tight. Okay, so our total body workout today is gonna be designed for everybody. Before we get started though, please make sure, if you need to use a little lighter weight, make sure you use lighter weight. If you want to go a little heavier, you can use heavier weight as well if you want to progress it. Some of the exercises I'm going to show you standing on 2 feet for the ones I'm standing on. You could always stand on 1 foot if you want to challenge yourself even more. But what's really important to begin every workout with is a little bit of self-myofascial release, or we like to say foam rolling, to help untie the knots. Now I've shown you a couple of these things before on our various videos, but what this does is this really helps to alleviate some of the muscle spasms and some of the knots that build up in our tissues while we do anything that we do in our typical daily activities of life. So here's a couple, well actually I'm gonna give you 3 key areas. The first one is gonna be right here for the calf area, which is gonna really help to free up your ankle, which is important anytime we're doing any lower body exercises. All you wanna do again is just go ahead and sit down, keep your hands faced towards the back of the room, relax your foot. If you wanna add a little bit more pressure, you can cross this leg. If you really wanna be crazy, you can go ahead and pick up your body. I actually recommend most people to keep their rear ends on the floor and just gently, slowly roll through the area, stopping right before you get to the top of the knee. So let's not roll over the bottom of the knee. Let's stop right before we get to that area. If you find something that feels real sensitive, just stop and hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. That'll help to alleviate that spasm. This is really just a form of self-trigger point massage. All right, so we're gonna go from one side to the other. And I would just say and recommend spend about a minute or 2 on each side to be able to keep working those areas. After we do the calf area, the next area we're gonna do is the outside of our leg. There's this big old band of connective tissue they call your IT band, and it actually goes ahead and attaches through a large part of your thigh muscles, and this tends to get very sensitive as well. Simply, we're gonna have ourselves with this right underneath our hip. We can go ahead and bend our elbow and be in this cross-legged position and just gently start to roll. So this starts rolling down the side of our leg. Again, we'll stop right before we get to our knee. This one can be a little sensitive, so if you need to, grab a couple of our foam rollers and put them side by side. It'll be a lot easier for the person to be able to do, or for you to be able to do while you do this. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you can actually stack your legs as well. The third area, we're gonna stay in this side-lying position, is gonna be right under here. It's gonna be more of what you call your lat muscles, your big back muscles. But these muscles, they actually attach to the front of your arm, all the way down into your lower back area. If I spend a lot of time on the computer in the sit-down posture, those tend to get real tight. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this foam roller, put it right under my armpit like so. Go ahead and stretch out my lower body and just go ahead and let myself melt into it, just like this was a stick of butter. If you want to go ahead and bend your elbow, relax your head while you do this, you'll really find some good relief. You can rotate your chest down towards the ground, as well as rotating up towards the ceiling too, to get all different angles. But trust me, spend 6 to 7 minutes just foam rolling before your workout. I would love you to do it after your workout too, and it'll make you feel like $1,000,000 once you start moving. Okay, our first exercise we're gonna do is really for our upper body. It's gonna be more for our chest muscles, as well as our shoulders, the back of our arms, but we might as well make a little core involvement as well by using the stability ball. Grab some weight that you're gonna be able to do for the desired reps. I would recommend between 12 to 20 reps for anybody. 12 repetitions being a little bit heavier, 20 repetitions being a little bit lighter. All I'm gonna do is simply with the dumbbells on my thighs, walk out and pick the dumbbells up and have them straight up overhead. Now, if you can see, I still have my head on the ball, so that way I'm not gonna strain my neck muscles, and then ever so slowly, I can lower my dumbbells down to the ground and then drive straight back up towards the ceiling. I always like to give my clients the cue of their elbows are making the bottom of the triangle here, and they're gonna make the top of the triangle with their hands. So very slowly on the way down, and then push all the way back up. Do the desired amount of repetitions. When you're done, bring the dumbbells close to your body and you can simply walk backwards and rest them right on your thighs to then go ahead and stand up and put them back down on the ground. Again, 12 to 20 reps. All right, this next exercise is gonna be a combination for our shoulders and the front of our arms. What I'm gonna use with this is gonna be a pair of the kettlebells that we have in all of our clubs. Obviously, again, with kettlebells, there's so many things we can do. If you look back at that last video that we had done within the last month where Mandy had showed us a bunch of exercises, then give you some other variations. But today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a curl to an overhead shoulder press. So it just looks like this. I'm gonna stay here and then curl and then press up overhead, back down, back down. So just curl, press, down, just like so. So staying with the repetition range that we spoke about with all the other ones, I'm gonna do 12 to 20 repetitions based upon what I want to accomplish. If I want to go a little heavier, I'll fail at around 12 repetitions. If I want to go a little lighter, I'll go to 20 repetitions. All right, we'll be right back with some triceps. All right, for this exercise, not only is it gonna be for the back of the arms, but you'll see it's a great total body movement. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a weight plate. Again, we have all various size weight plates, so just adjust the weight needed for you to get the reps that you're looking for. And here's what I'm gonna do. With both hands, I'm gonna squat down, row into my stomach, stand up, press up overhead again, tricep extension, bring down in front of me, down as I squat, back in, up overhead, tricep extension, just like so. So let me do a couple more repetitions just to show you. Keep your abs in nice and tight and move. Let those shoulders move freely, just like so. Last repetition for demonstration purposes. There you go. We'll be right back with some legs. Okay, for our leg exercise, actually I'm gonna show you a couple of them, but for the first one, we're gonna do a sideways squat with, again, a kettlebell. So normally we do things forward and backward all the time, but remember, we wanna challenge ourselves in multiple directions so that way we're better able to do it when it needs to be done. All I'm gonna do is this, with a dumbbell of my choice, whatever weight is gonna be good for me, I'm simply gonna step out and squat down and stand back up. So I'm sidestepping, bending at my hip, knee, and ankle, and then back up. Use those hips. So bend back, drive forward with those hips. Here and up. Here and up. After you've done the desired amount of repetitions on that side, we'll switch to the other side to let that leg do a bit more work as far as absorbing force and pushing back off here. So squat down, stand. Squat down, stand. Squat down, stand. One final point on this. How low you go, just try to keep your hip, knee, and foot in the same direction. But how high, how about everybody finish tall? So if my range of motion is limited, because if I go any further and my knee caves in, try to keep everything as straight as you can, but everybody finish really tall. Really helps to work those hips. Stay tuned, we'll be right back for the back of the legs.